Can somebody check the stream if you guys are...
Well, to be fair, I think this team is perfectly balanced and very well synergized. I think this is, a power play team that we built here.
It probably wouldn't hurt to have like non-magical ranged attackers, but
Or just a proper healer.
Who needs
yeah.
anything like that?
Who needs
You
healing?
don't think
You can
I'm a good
wild
healer?
push everyone into hell.
Well, you're a good healer. You're just not a ideal healer.
Yeah.
The optimal dungeon party has 2 tanks, 1 shock attacker, 1 ranged attacker, 1 support cast, and at least 1 spellslinger. We have 3 spellslingers.
I have my
And
health
it's
sword.
working,
priorities.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm?
And it is working, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mostly because Ura kills half of the things before he dies, and then Trazak can just tank till the end of time.
One day I get an ability that's like I should get an ability that's like when you go unconscious, you trigger like an AOE damage effect, where I can
like a
just
suicide.
literally go be a bomb for a little while.
I
don't
need
know
a tower shield and the heaviest fucking armor I can find, just to
Do you-
boost my AC even more.
Don't you already have the heaviest armor?
I don't know. I can probably have it enchanted somewhere.
Yeah, but
Mm.
I
goddammit.
think you could get a cloak of protection as well. That gives you +1 plus
Well-
1 to your AC.
The important parts are first get a +3 full plate, a +3 shield, because that will increase your AC by 6 total.
Okay, so I think we're gonna head down south and try to get out of this cave system.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
let Joe join. Or are you there, Jojo?
Yeah, well, we're probably just gonna walk, so Jojo can,
Okay.
We can
Walk.
start. I can still see the loading screen. It's weirdly mixed with the map.
You can watch the stream and then...
You can watch the stream and tell us how to move. Alright, who has control of the mannequin? The icon.
Oh, I think
Ooh,
I
no,
do.
no.
Yeah. I'm a bit. Oh, there we are. Lava River. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. All right. So we get past the Lava River.
Yes, because we will be role-playing today.
Okay. So. Regular walking pattern. Actually, did we ever find out that we're actually where we think we are on the map?
I thought so last time, yeah.
I thought as well. I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking.
So you're just wandering around in the Underdark. The warm glow of Lava River is behind you, and it gets darker and mushy again.
Ah, yes. The comforting smell of mushrooms for dinner.
No.
Do you want to try and go to hunt for something that we could eat instead?
I don't know. The things in this cavern tend to be bigger than I am.
I mean, there should be some else left over.
I am not willing to eat the fucking clowns.
No, elves, not elves. By the way, I'm pretty sure killing something and eat that's bigger than you and eating it is how most people get by.
Yeah, don't be a scaredy cat. I was gonna say another
Are
word, but
you
then I
calling
realized
me
we're
a
on stream.
feline?
No, I was calling you a P word, but I'm not gonna say it.
A P word?
I am a mighty reptilian. Descended from dragons themselves.
He even killed one.
All right. We're trying to head back to the village where we were before. So
Yes, we might need to see if Borosted has made it.
race to the ground.
So,
Yeah.
no problem, but after some time, you get to the Hall of Pillars, if you remember them.
Yeah, the destroyed Hall of Pillars.
And
Oh.
there is not really a way through here.
Oh, shit. Do we have
Well,
a map?
let's check our personal map.
Maybe there's a way through here.
You mean through the rock?
Maybe there's a tunnel. Apparently the elves found one.
Wouldn't we have checked our
Actually,
map
yeah.
after we
If
left the lava river, by the way?
we have
Because we
we
know
have
the
our
Hall
own
of
map,
Pillar was
yeah.
destroyed?
Yeah, good.
Well,
Did
we
you
never
remember?
did check the sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
So retconning that, I would have suggested that we follow the
Down here?
this direction.
Yeah, I would have also gone further north.
Oh, wait, we actually have a map, so
We have a map,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we know where we kind of are, and we know where the town is.
Okay, yeah, because we have to hurry up and shut down today. Let's just say you get out of the Underdark without a problem.
All
20
right.
days later, my beard has grown long. I've started braiding it.
Many days
You
later,
do realize we
glued it on.
actually do you not shave yourself? Like I usually for my head I just take a knife and like scrape off any hair that dares growing.
Do we have a dwarf in our party? Can't
Nope.
remember.
No.
My god, hair. That's disgusting.
I'm searching
They
for.
glisten and shimmer.
Well,
Mini maps.
I have a thing about blades close to my throat. After that incident in O2 with my, let's call her wife. You know, I have never been feeling comfortable with a knife after she confronted me about Shirley.
Not even if you wield it yourself.
You're cutting out a bit, by the way, Bob.
A little bit, yes. Bobo
Just a
voice.
little bit. But I doubt he has anything worthwhile to say anyway.
Yeah, he's only the GM. How important are they?
I meant you, Bob.
Yeah.
You were fading
Oh.
out, Bob, not I'm. Not myself. Well, whatever.
Darn it.
Okay,
Bob's
guys.
like, oh,
As you-
Hardy har har.
So we
I was surprised that Nut was that harsh to someone someone else. Kinda
we
felt
get
betrayed
to
for a bit.
the outskirts of Borosted.
I tried to say
Um,
something, yes. So
Is it standing still?
as you get out of the cave, you know, so where you get out of the Underdark, everybody roll for perception, please.
All right.
Uh,
Ooh,
P.
nice.
Perception.
Can't see shit.
P. P is for penis.
One day I really have to get proficiency in perception somehow because you guys need help.
I have proficiency. But I don't got them too.
I have half proficiency in everything.
I have no proficiencies. I think. No wait,
I
I
just
do.
have a-
Not in I have
I just have a-
persuasion.
Wisdom modifier of 16, so
Okay,
No.
so opening your character sheet in a new window is not a smart idea.
Okay,
oh, I
Jojo
always
is-
do that. Works for
is
me.
still not in game, is it? Is he?
It's absolutely shagged on my end. It's just blank.
Joe,
Yeah.
are you in the game?
I don't
Uh,
think
he's
so.
muted.
Yeah,
And
I
he's-
can see something. It's
Because
not-
I'm missing your perception roll. Just
Yeah.
roll a d20 and tell me what you wrote in real life.
You can just use Google.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
wait,
whatever
the
browser
character
you
sheet opened. Just took a sort of minute.
Real name 16.
Yeah. Nice.
Big dumb though.
So let's see. A little bit of that, and then real Jean-Claude. Both of you can
Yes.
see a movement not far away from the God damn it! The opening from the cave. Urak,
All right.
you can see that there
I
are
didn't
at
hear what you said,
least
cut
two
out.
persons there. In a forest a little bit to the south of the opening.
I don't see that, or
You see two persons there.
two people. Okay.
Can you
Oh,
ping it on the map?
I don't think we're on the map with the cave yet.
We don't have a map of the cave. That's why I'm just telling it to you.
Do they look threatening? Or
No,
let me reframe that. Are they armed?
Nope, not really. One of them is looking at you guys.
I wave at him
I also raise my arm.
Okay.
in a non-threatening and greeting manner.
They seem to know you guys, and
Dave is just head down in a notebook, just scribbling away,
okay.
not paying attention to anything. So he walks straight into to the others.
So he's composing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is he decomposing?
Chronicling his
that's
Uh,
Beethoven.
If
Sounds like,
no one does
sounds like
anything,
sounds like it's just daydreaming about all the actual meat that he's gonna have back in the village.
all right. And if no one's gonna do anything, I go towards the two people, arms still raised. Hail!
Be
Hey!
careful with that accent, you might get into trouble for that.
Oh yeah, most likely I should probably change it at some point.
Are the drows on their way? Do we have to start the fire?
What fire? Oh, no,
They're-
we told them the siege.
They get you to a small camp with a really big amount of firewood stapled. And yeah, we as the scouts, if we see anything getting out of the cave, we start the fire, and everybody else starts evacuating.
Alright, so it seems like you guys have not been attacked so far. That's good. Anything else of note that happened during the last days?
Not really. We sent message to the next army, so they should be on their way. But to tell you the truth, I don't know anything else. You have to talk to the, what was it? Prior? Prior.
Okay,
be.
are they still back in town or?
Yeah, they're still working on the fortifications and stuff.
Alright, in that case, good work you've done here, and keep your wits sharp and your eyes peeled. And I clap him on the back and just head towards the
And then,
town.
and then you hear another voice from above you in the crown of a tree. Will do.
Ha.
Who's
I'll introduce you to him later, Krozak.
What?
Will.
What was that? Was that a pun?
They made a dumb joke about who is Will.
Okay.
Will do.
Mm-hmm.
So move into the settlement of town.
Yeah,
Settlement of town.
You're getting-
settlement of town. Of
you're getting to
Borstead.
The
Borstead
city of
without
Townsville.
You're getting to Borstead without any further hitch, and man, the city changed the village. There's a really big wall around it with watchtowers and stuff, and you see people patrolling around, and can even hear a training session going on for local militia.
As we approach the gate, I call out, "We come with news of the Underdark.
Hey,
Take us to the Prior."
yeah, they are waiting for you guys. Anybody remember the name of the
Will.
No. Aha. I can check.
Because
Maybe
I
the
can't-
prior died and someone else is in charge.
I started writing down names once we got into the Underdark, so just after that, after we got his name, so no.
We have the abbot. Is
The abbot,
Antoine-
yeah. That-
Antoine Butters.
So that guy is waiting for you here. Again. Wasn't
Oh,
that
right.
the one with the South Park face?
Yeah, Butters.
Antoine Butters.
That's how he got the name.
I remember, yeah.
Yes.
Butters. That's
Um,
fairly far away, wasn't it? Time-wise.
yeah, that's
It's been a while, yeah.
it's 3 tokens ago for me.
I see. Yeah, here's another. Here's your O token, and even Dino's
Dino.
characters is still here. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Butters is waiting for you guys, and he goes to Krazak, and Bob, your mic is scratching again.
Sorry.
He goes to Krazak and, so, my good knight, what did you find in the Underdark?
Naught but trouble, Abbot.
Can you specify that a little bit?
Well, we encountered the army of the Drow.
As
And-
you were to do, yes?
Yes,
As
and
well as a dwarven settlement.
Aha.
yes, and we helped. Well, we tried to help the defense of the siege that the Drow led to.
That's good to hear,
Uh,
though the dwarves are going to help us.
Well, the city has fallen.
The
That's
Drow
not so good.
proved more devious than expected. They found a tunnel leading into the back of the settlement.
It's more likely they made the tunnel, to be honest.
So
Made
we might
Semantic.
we might want to close off the entrance to the Underdark here.
On the
So
other hand, some of the dwarves have told us that apparently they have attacked often in the past, so there is a chance that the city of Nunburim was their only goal, but
that is true.
So
we shouldn't get our hopes up.
I've sent word out, and as far as I know, there's an army coming to help us out. But we have to hold out until then.
Well, the
Plan
question,
Hope for the best.
they did have, we did manage to either split their army or decimate it a bit, but I am not sure if that's has changed since they reunited within the city. They did use a lot of slave labor for the actual charge, though.
Yes, and presumably for the digging.
Yes, it is the way with drows and the slaves.
A question. I can't remember exactly. Was there another entrance to the Underdark nearby the village?
Yine. So yes and no. If you can remember it, there
know?
was There was a way up to the goblin
Yeah.
caves.
Maybe you should also just position a guard there because, as we could see with the dwarf incident, these drow are very fond of attacking from behind.
Well, if I remember correctly, that exit left through a lake. Like, you had to dive through the lake to get there.
Yes.
Yeah, well, these guys are very tricksy. So
That
maybe
is true.
okay,
And we
just
know
get,
that they.
get a young boy with a torch and let him sit there and watch the thing. Pay him a couple of coppers. Better safe
And-
than sorry.
And we also know that they have magicians with them.
Yeah. Magicians able to transport a group of people, not just themselves.
I don't know. I don't think putting any manpower in in another place and taking it from the town would help much.
This is why I suggested someone
we
young
shouldn't
who is
split.
vital.
We shouldn't split our focus, basically.
So we could get the goblins to here, to Borostad, if they are as good as you told us.
We could try to ally with them.
Want to ally with goblins? Are we really
They're
that
very-
desperate?
Yes.
I mean, I think we fulfilled some sort of coming of age ritual in their village, but I'm not sure.
These goblins you talk of, how many are there, and how are they not? Are they incapable to fight off an army of drow?
Last
Um,
week they had something like 40 warriors.
They seemed more organized than a regular goblin hole, and we do know that they're actually most of them are deeply religious.
So I
For
will
some reason.
send a messenger to the goblins and invite them to Borostad. Should that be the right way?
Yes, I believe they're. Well, the survival of both our communities might be greater, have a greater chance if we are together, united
may
against
be
the drow.
better- It may be better we go to the goblins ourselves instead of sending a messenger, because I remember they placed a lot of traps around their hideout.
Yes, I can remember. Okay, so when will you go to them?
What time of day is it?
It is in the evening, so you were around for most of the day, and it would be good to just relax a little bit, maybe.
So maybe in the morrow.
I actually would. How much of how much of travel is it there? Because I remember that back then it was like 2 weeks, but we have changed the travel times since then. So
It wasn't 2 weeks, as far as I remember. Was it?
I don't know. It was, or it could have been half a week or something.
But
It was a couple of days at the least.
okay, so I think a day, one way.
So unless you want to arrive in the morning, we could just leave at around midday, camp outside once, and then arrive at about midday at the goblin camp.
Sorry, I was distracted from nuts.
It was
Old
more of a
Chris.
of a suggestion posed towards the rest of the group.
Okay.
So either leaving now or
I wouldn't leave now.
No.
We just traveled. I think most of you guys could do with a proper bed for the night. Maybe some meat
an ale.
for the scale
And
man.
proper provisions so that we don't eat dried mushrooms anymore.
I mean, they're tasty, but
No,
We're also
no,
not-
they're not.
we're also not traveling through life. They would have been more tasty if I had proper spices to work with.
Well, maybe then we should fill up our provisions before we leave.
Okay, sounds like you guys want to go to the Badger. Badger's Den.
Yes, ale is good.
And you hear a strange sound from Krazak. He
Are you okay?
squeaks.
My favorite goat is outside.
do you seem to have the hiccups, my friend?
Oh, we haven't been in this place in ages. I still have help when I was here.
The halfling girl is still there. Sorry, halfling lady.
This was even more profile pictures ago for Dave.
Yeah.
Wasn't
That was
this-
2
That
levels
was-
ago.
That's my hand-drawn portrait.
Yeah, so the halfling lady just sees Krazak entering the building and, yeah, prepares a lot of meat.
Seems like they remember you.
On the table,
I
Krazak. On the table.
appreciate. This is the only thing I allow myself to spend my money on. That and equipment.
And the church.
Yeah, you didn't see Charity, did you?
Nope.
Has it
Speaking
been
of
a-
which, I need to make a deposit before the loan shark get here. I
Making
go
a
to.
deposit sounds very suggestive.
Do you have the money or do you need a little bit of...
I have the money. It's only a centile of my income. I
Have you
asked,
had any income?
Do you keep a track of your exact income?
I actually keep a track of how much I have spent.
He has a little book with him where he just noted everything down.
Quick world building question. I'm sure Uruk wouldn't know since he's, an outlander and has an intelligence of 7, but how are adventurers taxed?
Interesting wise, normally adventurers are not taxed because everywhere they go, they just spend their money anyways. So the
Yeah,
economic gets a
it-
boost from that.
It's not like we have any homes that can be taken away from us.
I give my money to the church anyway, so that's untaxed.
You know what? If I ever start a shop or something in this world, I'm gonna make friends with a single adventurer through which I will funnel all of my money, so that I don't actually have any income and don't have to pay tax.
That's not how it works. You still have to pay your taxes for your home and stuff, you
Shop.
know. And for,
Yes.
I asked the bar lady, I don't know her name because I wasn't there when she got one. I would like to know, is there a place where you can deposit money so that it can be transported to a location?
Bob, isn't your character wasn't that your character that lived here with Razak?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
met Krazak here, but I never got to introduce. I never got the name because I wasn't there when you guys did the names.
No,
I
it's
don't
it's
know
more
anyone
like
in
Charity is
town.
living here in Boris.
Yeah,
Wait.
Charity lives in Borstead.
Oh, she does?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
you can.
all
I
right.
think the others even met her on the street once.
The bitch
No,
keeps
they
moving
didn't.
without telling me.
She just uses your money to go on vacations every month.
I don't know. I see her occasionally. I tell. Okay, let's retcon this then. I asked the bar lady to take this stack of gold and give it to charity the next time she sees her. She's also a frequent visitor. Yeah.
Ah yes, I will see her next time when I go. out.
Okay.
And
I'll
don't you want to
deduct the
see your
money from my
children?
card.
As far as I remember, you have children with her.
No, she sent them off to boarding school.
With your money?
Yeah, the next
Yes.
school is a monastery here, you know? Where. Yeah, okay.
That's fair. I never got sent to school.
Yeah, well, the reason she sends them off is so that she doesn't have to, explain what her clients are doing at her house.
Okay. So yeah,
I
the
mean-
money will get to her. No problem. Maybe she will
mean-
even visit the tavern today.
Oh, that would be fun.
Ah.
I mean, the last time my mom sent me away, I got this, and he points to the one, and I point to the one crudely hammered in script across my back.
You have a script across your back?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
The scar tattoos I got when I was kicked from my tribe for being a coward.
Is it the lyrics to Wonderwall?
No, it's literally just the Orcish words for a coward.
Can I read Orcish?
I don't think any of you can. I asked that before.
Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
I can look like an orc.
I don't think that gives you the tongue.
But can
I
you
will-
smell like
I
one?
will try anyways. I'm gonna try to shift into an orc.
I can read
Okay.
Goblin.
As they are talking, Dave is taking some time to tune his instruments that need tuning.
Were you full orc, half orc?
Full orc.
You get a few surprised yelps from the other patrons.
Oh, that's fun. Do you need to have seen someone to transform into what they look like, or are you just guessing right now?
You could make a clone of Uruk.
As you could.
I'm absolutely gonna turn into Uruk.
Oh, that's actually a question I wanted to ask. Are the tusks weird for you, or does it just feel natural right now?
It's weird.
Because I've always had them, but
They're poking.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
Is it though? I mean,
Yeah.
if you take better care of your teeth, maybe you wouldn't have. But, you know.
Actually, I've met some orcs who decorate them. I met someone who just hammered a ring through his tusk. Like how some people would wear a nose ring, he just drilled a hole through his tooth to put a ring in there.
You got that.
I do not envy him.
That sounds very peculiar.
Yeah,
That also sounds painful.
it does, yeah.
I wonder what my kind wear for adornments.
I mean, you've got some horns up there.
Yeah, but I'm the only one of my kind I've ever met.
That's fair. I mean, does the dragon count?
Well, I have heard of
No,
Dragonborn.
'cause it was a juvenile.
I have heard of Dragonborn and dragons adorning their horns and spikes with gemstones and
It
and
sounds
rings of gold.
it sounds fun, but vanity is not something the church looks on well.
Is
Yeah,
that why you
I mean-
keep your armor so polished?
Shots fired.
The reason I keep my armor so polished is so that the enemies can see their own looks of fear before I cut them in two.
And a
That's
rusty armor
oddly
doesn't do much
beautiful.
for help.
I wouldn't know. I don't have any experience with armor, so
Well, have
Honestly-
you punched armor before?
I have. I have punched you before.
Yes, but I do not wear armor. So
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've accidentally punched most of you at some point.
So after he has finished tuning his instruments, he goes up to the halfling woman and asks her, "Is the same arrangement as usual? I perform and we stay here. I have a room for free.
Yes, naturally.
Then I shall do my best to entertain your guests."
Ah, and let's hear
And
it.
then he stands up on the table in the middle and shouts out to the patrons of the bar, "Hear ye, hear ye! I shall now tell the tale of the mighty fighters of Fu and their ventures."
Oh, God.
Yeah, I did sing.
This
I
is
did write a
so-
song for that.
This is gonna be so cringe, but so good.
Yeah.
So he begins with stomping his foot in this kind of fashion.
I join in, stamping my hand on the table, hitting my hand on the table in rhythm.
They venture deep in the Underdark. The dragon's rage they managed to spark. The dragon was might, the dragon was red. But after their fight, the dragon was dead. So starts the tale of the fighters of Fu. I'll tell you now who's part of the crew. Urag the swift and Krasak with might. Don't stand in the way if it's time for a fight. Jean-Claude Van Doom and Riel with their spells can blow you away straight to the hells. And if the fighting gets too hard, a healing spell comes from their bard. That is the crew of the fighters of Fu. I'll tell you now what more feats they do. In Nunburim, the dwarven town, they held the wall from a siege by the drow. But when the town got breached from the back, they sold the fall and led the evac. These are the deeds of the fighters of Fu. I'll tell you more, the more that they do. And then he bows.
I clap.
That was
That-
great.
Yeah, I clap too. I am compelled to give you money, even though I do not want to.
I give him a turkey leg.
I
Highest
throw
one.
a handful of gold coins at
So-
him.
Yeah, no, the patrons are totally enjoyed that and are clapping like crazy. And hey, that was really great, man.
That was amazing,
I-
yeah.
So
I just really want Clamavi de Profundus to sing that. That would be
Yeah, that would be amazing.
who's
I
that?
actually tried
Uh,
to write something with a melody,
Mm-hmm.
and then I made my own melody. Like tried to base it on another, like a different song, but I couldn't find one that fit. So I came up with a melody myself.
I assume the XP are for the person who just performed the song.
Yes. I
No.
tried to make the rhythms. I don't know if that worked, but
For those who don't know, I put Clamavi the Profundus song into the
ah, yeah, okay.
Discord.
Nice.
Oh, which one is it?
When the Hammer
Hammer?
Falls. Yeah.
Yes, that's their best one.
It is amazing.
Their Song of Durin is also bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Funny enough, that's one of the first ones you find when you just type their name into YouTube.
And then he sits down and drinks some ale. I do have one more if you want, but I could save that for later.
Oh, I would say save that.
Yeah, I think we can just enjoy having heard that one for a while.
So, my friends, I told you there would be songs sung about us and our feats.
I
Yeah.
like the where you said my name. That was nice.
Well, one must present the one you're singing about in a well-managed way.
You did leave out the part where you shat your pants at the end of the fight, though.
Well, this is me telling the story.
Creative
Fighters of
difference.
Prue or Fighters of Prue, am I right, guys?
Actually, that reminds me of something I wanted to ask, especially the two of you, Dave and Krasak. Like I'm gonna admit I know nothing about magic, like nothing at all, except that it's useful. But I've been the both of you have helped me with my wounds in the past. Can you explain to me why they feel so different?
Shall
Like-
you explain yours first? And then I explain mine, Dave?
I'm not sure of the question. I must think of it.
Well, on my end, it's pretty simple. It's just that our magic comes from different sources. Mine is divine in nature. It is my God acting through me, being pleased at my at how I'm acting in His name, and so He decides to reward me with magical power that I then use to further our group's combat prowess.
And
Interesting. So you're more of a I don't know conduit than an actual like source of the magic.
I take out the little sword medallion hanging around my neck. This is my divine focus. This is how I speak to my God and He speaks to me, and this is how I cast my spells.
Can I see that for a moment?
No, I've never taken it off.
That's fair.
and for me, well, I was as a child. Well, my father was a bard of the court, so I was, of course, put into the school to learn in the College of Lore to learn about telling tales, and one way to do that is in the form of singing, like I just performed. I don't really know what it is, but it seems like some people of the bardic colleges have some kind of arcane power attached to their performances and the way they are expressing themselves. Which is also why, as we have seen, some of my insults has been so potent against our enemies. I'm not really sure what it is, but as a bard of the College of Lore, I intend to find out.
Could it be the deep emotions that your songs provoke from people?
It
Having
could,
an impact in the physical realm?
that is could be one way to say it. Yes, I believe.
Because I must admit, every time you sing, I feel myself bolstered and more powerful, more eager for battle.
Yeah, you seem to have a knack for that. But actually, there's a second question that comes with that, because recently we've been like bombarded with spells by some of the drow.
Yes.
So I don't know if they're like what kind of magic they use. Do you guys know of any ways to, like, I don't know, interrupt someone's ability to cast magic?
Well, in a way, yes. I can, when I see them cast it, interrupt it. But that is, I have to see what they are trying to do, so that I can see how much power I need to put into to foiling their plans. If that makes sense.
But that's still that you use magic to stop them from using magic, basically.
Yes.
Which in turn probably someone could use their own magic to stop you from. Okay, that makes my head hurt. Sorry.
Yes, I can, with my magic, take out their magic, but my magic can be taken out as easily as their magic can be, if that is less painful.
It's weird. That is the only one here
Alright.
at the table who can't cast magic.
I lift up my mug. Urak, look at it this way. So you know when another monk punches at your face, right? You can block it. Does it
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
So as easily as you can block a punch, he can block a spell if he sees it. So if you don't see the punch, it will hit you in the face. But as easily as if you punch, someone else can block it, but only if they see it. The magic are kind of like punches. If you see them, you can block them if you have the skill for it.
But my question is actually, if I use the image you use, the punches, could you block someone else's block so that the initial punch goes through?
That's a very academic question. Looks over at Dave.
The fuck?
I'm
Well-
a sorcerer. My stuff is just natural. He's asking whether you can counterspell a counterspell, basically. If I
Well,
understand him correctly.
yes, you can,
Interesting.
but it is very difficult.
And would you say generally magic is something that comes from within a person or something that comes from the outside? Like, is magic something inherent to a body? Is it like sort of a mind thing, or is it just using the magic that's already around us?
Magic has very many sources.
Yes,
There's food with demons. There are others that study the flows of arcane power for years and years. And then there are those like me who just
and there is
this-
also the druids who take their power from nature itself. And
That sounds a bit like what the shamans back home used, like up north. I think that was more of a combination of like spirits around us and ancestors, but I'm not sure about that. I was, young, dumb, and all that. I guess I'm still not the smartest, but hey,
There's basically magic in everything. And so that which you study the most allows you to harness that magic from that particular source.
yeah, that's interesting because back when I was like, when I was taught how to fight without weapons, how to use martial arts, how to turn my body into a weapon, my master also like brought to me the concept of ki, of inner power. It's very much fueled by being in tune with your body, with your breathing, with your I don't know, your heart rate and everything. And I can use that. Like that's also something I have realized that almost every living being has. Like all of you have a flow of ki within your body, and I can use my own to somewhat disrupt that flow. I think you've seen me use it a couple of times. And I'm just trying to figure out if I could try and use that sort of energy to disrupt magical flow, but I guess that's a bit
Well,
out there.
Krazak, think about it this way. As a monk, we do not know where the source of your power comes from. Maybe some quiet meditation and contemplation about this and a couple more years of experience might help you find a way to use your internal power to block magic with your fists. Side note, out of character, I'm not sure whether monks can do counterspell at some point.
No, they do not.
There is a particular style of monk that does get magical resistance, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's not official material
Yeah, I think
or
that's a
something.
homebrew
But
class.
I don't know.
So Krazak, where did you hear of these magical monks that can block magic? Maybe we should try and maybe we should try and find them, and then once we are done with this whole underdog situation.
I've spent
I don't.
many hours in the libraries trying to restrain my anger and rage and not lash out. So
Actually,
I have learned
yeah.
a thing or two.
I actually haven't heard of anybody being able to use that. It's just the man who taught me was elf, full-blooded high elf something. So he and the other students of his were already somewhat in tune with magic and how to use it. So the whole concept of magic in yourself worked a lot better for them, or the energy with the key. So when I left from there, I still don't know really how magic works.
Uruk, if you don't mind me asking, how does the orc wind up being taught by a high elf?
It's pretty much just a standard tale of loss, abandonment, kindness, and perseverance.
Ha!
I
Okay,
lay my hand on Uruk's shoulder and say, yes. I know that story all too well myself.
So back home, it was a tribe full of orcs up north. I was always, the runt of the group, being only half orc myself. I never met my father. My mom told me his name was William with a V. But yeah, I was the runt. I was definitely the weakest of the bunch, and at some point, as a juvenile, everybody's expected to partake in some sort of coming of age ritual where you're first expected to go out and out of the to leave the tribe for a little while, hunt something and bring back to the tribe that you think is representative of what you can and can't do. And then to finalize that, you are expected to fight another person who also does the same rituals in a just a regular fight to, like, I don't know, build up a hacking order or something. Anyway, the person who set up the groupings for that apparently didn't like me and put me up against Garek, which was pretty much the exact opposite of the runt of the group. So I was pretty sure that if I actually fought him, I would not have survived. So I refused to fight. Which, young me didn't really know that, resulted in me being branded a coward and an exile, and kicked out of the tribe. Now, that was me being, I don't know, 12 or 15 years old, up in the north, cold, snow, everything, so I just wandered around, kept barely left. I lost so much weight during that time, and after, I don't know, weeks or something, I collapsed. It was pretty much a haze of just trying to keep going, getting just enough food in myself to not die for the day. But when I collapsed, it was or rather, my then master happened upon me. His name was Eltor, and he was a martial artist. His whole deal was using the natural gifts of the elven folk to protect them. But he was a kind man. He took me in, fed me. He offered me the option to either leave or stay and be a student. I stayed. It wasn't necessarily easy because the other students had definitely a head start and just more patience than me. Because usually you're expected to learn there for like decades, which is easy for an elf to do, but I just didn't have the time or didn't give myself the time, so after a little while I learned the basics basically. My master once again put a choice in front of me. Either I stay and try to learn normally and which would probably mean I would die before I finish. Or I leave. I try to make my own way and try to get experiences and incorporate them into myself, my body, and my fighting style. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's how I met you, how I met Krazak specifically, and yeah, I definitely got experiences out of that.
Well, Urag, I can say with certainty that the coward label is definitely not deserving of you. No coward would charge
Yep.
fate to those grimacing faces of a river of flowing lava.
That or that time you made that suicide charge into the trap room with the drow.
Aye. That was. I thought I had killed you when I set off the trap.
I'm
I-
going to be
I-
honest, I completely forgot about the trap at that point.
I nudge Urag in his side with my elbow and say, bravery and stupidity go well together, don't they?
Oh, apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
To
didn't.
be honest, when he flipped that switch, I really thought we were gonna have to pool up resources to fire resurrection school somewhere. I already calculated your interest rates for what you owed us, but you know, live and let learn.
I mean, that's a question actually, because don't forget, I'm holding our bag of holding, so
But yeah.
I don't know if that thing also would have evaporated.
That is a good point. But anyways, I am happy that you were not slain, and I am glad to have you in as my compatriot.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm also glad I'm not dead, but I'm also glad that none of you are. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm just gonna finish my drink and then head up to my room.
Okay. Let's drink this.
Okay, so yeah, Krazak, no problem. You get a round of Dragonfire whiskey.
Cheers!
So, yeah, to surviving.
To
new
surviving,
companions.
indeed. And the fighters of Fu.
The fighters of Fu.
Okay, everybody roll for.
Oh, that burns.
No. But I have to say that would be a nice place to stop for today, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that is a really nice, not cliffhanger, but it rounds the evening.
A resting point, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Aye.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So let's say 600 XP for everybody for the roleplay, because I really like your roleplay.
Nice.
Sweet.
And I think I need to rewatch that podcast later. Yeah, I don't know why, but you know,
Oh!
when I DM, there's another level up.
I think so, yeah. 23,000. Level 7.
Nice.
I need 200 more.
I need about 3,000 more.
Same.
Really?
No, wait,
I
sorry,
think
no.
I-
I'm not at 23, I'm at 2,200. I read that wrong. I was at
I need
21,700, now I'm 22,600, so I also need 600 more XP.
Okay.
I'm at 20,900
But
because
we
I
had,
missed one session. So
but we had one guy with a level up today.
Yep.
Because
And
of
I
the
rolled
fun.
a 2.
And that was the roll.
Yeah, so now I have 50 hit points. Woo!
You have 50 hit points?
That's a lot.
I have 41.
I have a +3 constitution. So
Oh,
that's-
okay, that'll do it. I just have a +2.
I have double-digit hit points. It's an achievement for sorcerer.
Hey!
I'm still really happy about my intelligence. of 7.
No way, actually, I
I-
have
I have-
38 hit points. I'm not that bad off.
Yeah,
I have 33 hit points, and I have +5 to my constitution.
I remembered like when we were trying to explain the how magic works, and it's like, yeah, he has 7 intelligence. This might be a bit over his head.
Yeah.
That's why I use the fist analogy. He's
Yeah.
a monk. You should
Yeah,
know
that
what
was
fists
great,
do.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Explaining how my fucking magic worked is the most religious nonsense I've ever spouted.
But not. I thought you are religious.
I'm about as religious as a sea cucumber.
Nice.
There was an old roleplay game, I don't remember which one, when you buffed your constitution before you had your level, and then do your level up. You got the buffed constitution modifier added.
Nice.
Oh, buff, just temporary buff.
Here's
Yeah.
a temporary buff.
Oh.
So if
That
you were
sounds dumb.
wearing something,
So if you got the
That's not
magic
like
and
that's valid.
the equipment, you could totally buff your hit points like hell.
yeah.
Oh,
I actually think that's the way it works here. Like, you always use your current constitution for hit points. So if something reduces your constitution, it
Yeah.
also reduces your max hit points.
Hit points isn't just rolling the dice, right?
Plus your con modifier.
constitution.
I have not been doing that part. It would explain
That-
why you have, like,
Yeah.
what is your constitution modifier?
Plus
The other
3.
source- Yeah, I have a +5 constitution modifier and I have 5 less hit points than you.
You have +5 constitution. Whoa.
Yeah, because I'm a sorcerer
yeah.
of giants, which means half of my shit is constitution based.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So at level 6, that's 30 additional hit points, just so you know.
I'm checking your character sheet. That's only a 2 in constitution.
No, here you can check this thing. Or is that just constitution proficiency?
That's
the
just safe,
Yeah,
that's
the
just safe.
concept.
That's your con save.
Ah,
It's
If it were that, then I'd have a +8. Holy shit.
Okay, alright. No, I checked it. No, then it's probably kinda right. I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm looking forward to like level 13 or 14 or something, because as a monk I just get proficiency in all saving throws.
Nice.
Let me have a look.
That
So you will
reminds
have
me-
minus.
So I have to get the siege going for the next session. Oh god, that will be work.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to the next level up because then I can restructure all my spells. Because I made a mistake at the previous level, so
I
I'm gonna
can
be doing a lot of shuffling.
I can do what's it called? Dimension door now.
Level
Yeah.
7 is honestly level 7 is gonna be the worst thing for our DM.
Why?
I
Well,
get
so what-
evasion.
I will just
At
kill you with
seven-
traps.
At
Evasion.
level 7, I get another second level spell slot. And I get the ability to, whenever I hit someone with an attack of opportunity, I can move up half my speed immediately afterwards.
That's nice.
So you can bunk
Eight.
someone on the head and then run away.
I still wanted to ask you with the cantrip change. Can I just do it now, or do I have to wait for a level up and then use one of my spell change? Because you're only allowed to use spell slots to change.
Yeah,
I don't
normally
know.
you can't change your cantrips, but we can talk about. I think we can do it.
Yeah,
You
because
can
because the cantrip didn't exist when I created my character.
Okay. The fuck?
Okay.
We've been playing for that long.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
isn't it your first time role playing?
Yeah, this is my second campaign. The first one is still Pathfinder. This is my first.
Ah, yeah, yeah. That's one. But your
is
first
my
D&D.
first-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we can change
If
that.
I would have known that, I would have probably made a wizard, because wizards is more like what I'm actually playing this guy as. But you live and you let learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you
Anyway.
play a lot of.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. It was nice playing once again. It was nice hearing all of you. And yeah.
So goodbye to the stream.
Yeah,
Auf
goodbye,
Wiedersehen,
stream.
Stream. Joe.
I'd just like